Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am glad to be back with another video. Finally, it's been a while, almost a week. I had some busy stuff going on this past week between work, family, and yesterday a thunderstorm came in really bad in my area, so that was done. But today we're going to talk about my node projects. We're going to look at daily income, so that passive income coming in. We're going to see how those are doing, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about those from where we've been from my previous video and kind of talk about some V2 contracts that have been released across almost all of them, which is crazy. And most importantly, I want you guys to stick around to the end of the video and we're going to answer some questions like, should you even be getting into these node projects? Not just mine, but all of them. We're going to discuss the state of node projects in general in DeFi. So stick around for that and we'll do all that in just a minute. Before we get into the discussion, do you know what I like as much as these node projects and that passive income is you guys and gals hitting that like button, smash it so it helps me out. I'd really appreciate it. It's going to get that YouTube algorithm going so other people can see the video. And really, most importantly, what I want them to see again, I mentioned that in the beginning, is I want the second part of the video to get out there so you guys know what my channel is about, what I'm about, what I want to help you guys with, and how I want to be upfront with you guys so you get the most out of this without getting into trouble in this crazy world of crypto. Okay, with that, let's head on back and I'll get into the nodes. All right, guys, here is how we're going to do this. I'm going to hit up the nodes. We'll run down the list. We're going to hit up each one with the how I'm doing, what the numbers are. Am I making good passive income? And then we're going to hit up good and bad about those projects in the current time right now. Updates kind of. I'm going to go through these quick, so I can't go into detail on these guys. The video would be too long, but I already have a Thor video. I don't have a Vapor or Power video, but I do have a Tavern video as well. So maybe I'll do videos on the others in the future so you guys can understand that better. But there's a lot of changes that have happened with these anyways, so I'll have to do an update on all of them anyways. Okay, so let's hit up Thor first. All right, up front first, I have 3 nodes. I have 1 Heimdall, that's the little guy. They have 4 node categories, by the way. I'll just give you that briefly. So Heimdall's the smallest, got 1. Next up is Freya, and the third is called Thor, and the last is called Odin. So the second biggest is Thor, and I have 2 of those. One of those I gain by compounding. So that price there is my payment for both Heimdall and the Thor node, the first ones I bought. Noticing the price, guys. Not going to go into details on all the tokens it cost to do these again. Don't have time. But I paid a lot. I got in back when Thor was close to 150, so that's why this price is so high. A lot of these were that way for me. This is back when I was still in the learning stages, and there was a little bit of FOMO. I'm going to admit that. And we're going to talk about why you don't need to FOMO from my video or in general. Okay, guys? And that's going to be the second part of this video. So again, stick around for that. Now, let's focus on this. You can see the current price. Price is great now compared to about a week ago. So you can go through all the numbers here. That's my rewards per day from all 3 of those. And that's about 1080 a day. So if you want to laugh, feel free. I want you guys to know I'm a little guppy in this pond, and that is okay because you got to start somewhere. This is a growing area for me. Most of my money is in stocks, by the way, for evidence, which you don't have to be big in this environment. Don't feel bad if you aren't a whale. Not everybody can be a whale, but you can all grow into whales, is my opinion on this. So back off of my laughing at the small prices we have here. So anyways, total dollars earned. And I'm going to have to preface this. I compounded into a Thor node so that dollars earned is not really here, but that's the way I look at it. I earned them and I decided to invest those again. So some people may not look at that the same way. Just food for thought so you guys understand where I'm coming from. So of course, ROI negative, not good yet. You can see my total down there for all of them, but I don't expect to be. The price dropped a lot, plus the fact that I'm compounding right now. So, I'm not really going to earn it back technically just yet, but it hasn't been that long either. But this 131 now, again, this is not ROT. So this is not return of token. I care about, am I getting my my actual fiat value back in my pocket because it's what I actually spent, and the token price, of course, can change. Now, that number is going to drop because I intend to compound again unless unless that price just crazily jumps back up to 150 bucks. I'll change my mind then probably. But right now, compounding into another Thor node, and it's probably going to be like a week. I think about a week I'll have what I need off of what I've got so far, and I'll be compounding again. Now, let's go into, like I said, good and bad. What's good about Thor? They just released the V2 contract, which got them away from the ring fork that they were. And so now they are free and clear of that. They can make changes in that contract. Good changes, by the way. So, not like going in there and stealing your money. They can make adjustments to taxes, to the protocol sales, all sorts of stuff like that that they can adjust on the fly to help out the entire project. So if price action's bad, they can adjust something to make price action good, which they actually just did. Okay, so that's the good news. Very good news that they did the V2. I'm very excited about that. It leads the way for everything else to come from these guys. So P2E game that they are working on right now. Great images out there. It looks cool. I love gaming. Don't have time for it anymore because I'm doing this stuff now, which I really enjoy. So I'd rather do this than gaming, if that tells you anything. Yikes. Look at that guy. What's wrong with him? But no, seriously. So the P2E game got a lot of promise. They've got some great screens out there that look great. It can be awesome. And if it takes off, it's going to be a great thing for the project to bring income in and get away from that Ponzi-nomics, right? So lastly, that price was 20 bucks about a week ago, I think, all the way down at 20 bucks. You see right now, and this is like not live, right? So this is a pull from an hour ago, 36.72. They upped the price as a result of a change, manually in the V2 contract. Protocol sales are now 100% going to the rewards pool. They used to be divvied up between, you make the sale and some of it went to marketing, some of it went to liquidity, etc. Now they've taken all that and they said they noticed the price action was not good on the token. The value was dropping. They swapped all that to 100% rewards pool, and look where we are. This is pretty good. They That's a 75% increase in the token price, guys. So that is a very good thing, both for obviously the price, but the fact that the team is staying on top of things and making these decisions. Thor has always been, and I'll say this again, as a good, the community and that team mesh very well in my mind. The community gives good support to the team, and that team is very, very good at communicating with the community. Okay, hyped up Thor, didn't I? Now let's look at the bad of Thor. Ooh, still Ponzi-nomics. All of these are, I'm going to say that for all of these, just up front. It's still there. All of this still starts that way. We'll say 99%. I don't want to say all of them. You got to get away from it. They are working on it. So I'm not saying that they're not, but it still has some of that in there. You've got to look at that and say, what are these guys doing as a team to get away from it? Now, the P2E is one of those things. So that's awesome. And it's also a bad. If the P2E fails, guys, it's going to hurt the project. Is it going to tank the project? I don't know. Can't answer that. But it would be very bad. Where they're going in the future, they've got some good roadmap stuff that they got out there, but they definitely need some more good just because of price action. I'd say at least the price action. You don't know what's going to happen with that. So there's a lot there to digest. And I'm in it, so I want it to succeed, but I guess that's it. So let's hope for Thor to continue, especially for those that are invested. And if you want to get invested, I just try to give you the layout there. I trust the guys, the contract, the KYC aspect, the docs. They've got all that going for them, and I'm not trying to get into all that. These guys, all the projects I'm in, I feel confident from a security perspective, just so you know. So I didn't mention that for this, but this is more an update. I would not be in these without a lot of that other stuff, the floor stuff for a project being there. Just upfront. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Vapor. Vapor is cool. I like Vapor a lot. We will talk about what this means over here with the DH, which is Diamond Hands, in a moment. All right, so I invested, and laugh it up. I'm going to tell you this. I invested 170. I bought my node at about 3,500 Vapor, one node, not multiples, because I didn't do enough research to understand the benefits of the split on compounds. So you can have a node of the smallest size is 1,000 Vapor. I did not split mine up because, yeah. All right. So even with that in hand, I love Vapor. I may buy another one just because the other thing is you guys can get into this super easy. This is a cheap node project right now. Now, is it going to be later? I don't know. 1,000 tokens at 4 cents a piece, guys. You can just skip a meal. And depending on where you live at, maybe it's a nice restaurant or maybe it's a cheapo meal. 40 bucks. You can have your own node and just start seeing how it goes if you want to try something out. So this is one of those that I say, if you're scared to get into nodes, you can try it for $40 and see how it goes and learn a lot at the same time. Pretty cool project. All right, so I can't talk about a lot more than that because it'd take forever. But so right now, reward 65. So you get 1% a day. That's how this project functions. You can see my reward is about 263 right now at the current time. So I've earned about 40. Now I have not claimed those. So at the current moment, that's just the valuation that we have going on here. But there's a little bit more here than I'm assuming. I'm making some assumptions. My diamond hands is not fully up to the 1.3% additional. So instead of 1%, I'll earn 1.3%. It's not there yet. I will be there soon. So when it gets there, then I'm going to decide if I want to do some more compounding or claiming. So ROI is not super far off. The compounding that they have, the bonuses are pretty major in helping you grow your node faster, especially if you're small, mind you. It's a tiered system, so the smaller you are, the better you are at compounding. Okay, so good. They are releasing V2 as well. I think they have a little bit more to release, but they've already gone through a couple of updates. They are awesome. Very good updates because I say that because they're all sustainability focused. That ties into the good. Totally great whenever they're focused on sustainability, and Thor was as well, by the way. Um, so, with that said, they're in the process now. It's all focused on reducing a little bit of the compounding bonus and reducing the diamond hands a little bit. So it takes a little longer to get diamond hands, which indirectly means that people hold longer and reduce sell pressure. So good stuff there. Vapor chain. Vapor chain is number two for why I like this and what is good about them. The fact that they want to do their own chain, they're working on this. I assume in the background, like I don't know all the details about where they are with conceptualization to is it in process and in work. I know that they have said that there are projects looking to join them out there on the chain. So very cool stuff there. Yeah. So let's go on to bad. There's not a lot of bad to say. It's going to tie back into what we just said. Sustainability, Ponzinomics. Is it going to work out? I don't know. If they have sustainability views now, maybe they're doing it ahead of time. I don't know where they are in that because I don't know the math on this. But maybe they saw a problem and they're fixing it, or maybe they are looking a year from now, which would be great, and they just are hitting it way early. So still some a little bit of bad there, you could say. Vapor chain, while it's a great idea, it could it could fail. You just don't know. So it is a good idea, but whether or not it's going to pan out, we can't know that until after you do it, right? All right, now on to power. Probably the one I would say that is in my bottom for feeling good about. I don't feel bad about it, so I don't want to say that maybe. It is not the one that I rank highest in my node projects. Now, security and all that stuff, totally good with it, guys. Totally. So, Power is part of the Union of Transparency, which was formed by Colin, aka Loki, on the Thor team. They're part of that UOT along with Hive Investments. So just food for thought there. Now, I bought a power node, which is actually called nuclear node. It's 50 tokens, 680 bucks. Of course, I bought that way back when it was a little higher. The price has dropped. I think it went all the way down to $4, and now they're back up at about almost seven. So get about zero point 0.7 tokens a day on that. So right now I'm earning about 475 a day on my node. That's about 116 bucks that I've earned so far since I got into this project. Now this one I'm holding as well. I'm not cashing out yet because I haven't made a decision on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to buy a smaller, like one of each smaller node, because there's four types of nodes in this one as well, just like Thor. But you can say I'm not ROI'd as well. So, anyways, just food for thought there. These are all fairly early, by the way. January is when I joined Thor. The Vapor Power were in February, and Tavern was literally a week ago. So Bad stuff about, or excuse me, let's start with good first. Good stuff about Power. So, guess what? They released a V2 contract as well. So they just redid their contract. They're no longer a fork of Ring, just like Thor. Very cool. They work and partner with Thor on that. Work hand in hand, I suppose, the devs. So very cool. They have made changes in there to help them out as a protocol as well with cell pressure and stuff like that. So that is a very good thing that they made that change. Now, as far as the other good thing, it's minor. Um, I don't know how much of an impact it is, but they have a partnership now that they've mentioned with Comb, which is another node project, which everything I hear about it is good. I'm not in it. I'm not invested in it, but I hear good things about it. So I don't have a video or as much knowledge on them, but I think that's a good thing. So partnering up with some of these other good node projects, depending on what they're doing with them, because I don't have those details. Now the bad. I don't know what these guys have for a roadmap, and the power price dropped pretty significantly last month, or really this month. And the only reason it spiked back up is literally V2. V2 gave it a good push from 4 back to where we are now, I believe. So there's some good sentiment, people out there coming in. I think their marketing stepped up a little bit, but still, Ponzinomics, and I don't know what they have in the plans to help them become sustainable. So that'd be at my lowest of totally unsure of where this is going. I'm already in it. I'm not putting any more money in it, just food for thought. The other ones I would consider depending on where things are in the future. Tavern, my most successful one, and is literally the one I just joined, just launched a week ago. Just stupid how this stuff works out sometimes, isn't it? So, Tavern just launched. I'll give a little more information here. I bought in at 5 breweries. That's their NFT, a node. I bought in at 5 breweries, so $100 a piece based on my investment. You can see there. The mead price, which is what a brewery produces, is mead. Of course, you got to go drink as a brewery, right? That price has been great. It has been fantastic for a week. Now, maybe you're like, whoop-de-doo, it's only been a week. Well, in this world, in this environment, I have not seen a drastic price change. This has been pretty steady with some small drops. So very good in my mind. They have a very steady price. Now, right now, since I pulled this a little bit ago, who knows what it's doing right now? You could watch this video and see it and pull that price up and it's at $6 and say, what that moron? Well, you'd probably be right. So we're just going off of right now. The price action has been great. These guys are doing a good job to keep that price action going. Now, just food for thought. This was purchased at pre-mint. Okay, you can't buy it at this price right now because this is one mead, 927, and it takes 100 mead or $927 at the time of this pull to create one brewery. Quite a bit more than what I paid, guys. So I'm not telling you to get in by showing you this project. Keep that in mind. It may be a bad time to get in just based on price action. Now there are other alternatives to still get in if you don't want to buy a brewery. They have what they call home kits, which I can't go into detail. But you want to know more about the tavern? Watch this video up here I have to learn more about it that I did for the pre-sale. Okay, so rewards. I've already got a few rewards. I get 10 from my 5 breweries, so 2 meat a day. So I'm pulling that in, and right now that's worth about 92.70. So look at that. I've already earned right now if I sell. I have not sold. Some of my ROI that I have there is technically I have made a little bit, but not from the breweries. I bought a little extra mead, and I sold some of it at the higher price because it went so far up from where I was. But that ROI is specifically on the breweries. I'm not selling right now because I want to see my brewery grow in levels. They actually level up and produce more mead. So I'm holding right now. But right now it's very successful. If you had already gotten in on pre-mint, you are most definitely able to have hit ROI and go past it. Right now, I would not say that you could do that so easily, and it may be very dangerous. Okay. Food for thought. Don't want you guys to believe I'm telling you to jump in. I just mentioned a lot of good for you guys. There's a lot of good. It's awesome right now. But there's a lot of bad that goes along with that if you aren't already in it. If you're wanting to get in now, again, I'm not telling you to get in. I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know if that price can go higher. And the highest it went was about 10, I don't know, 10, 20. The team, I'm going to hit the good mostly. The team is doing a great job of keeping this project both sustainable through all of the different types of things they've done from the very beginning to the sales tax being higher to keep sale pressure from being insane. They've reduced that now, but they have all kinds of little pieces built in to help people hold mead longer instead of just outright selling as soon as they get it. So they have great sustainability built into this project. Is it going to last? I don't know. I don't know what's coming next. So far, it's been great, but we're only a week old in this project. And a week is not a long time. I mean, it is and it isn't. What's going to happen next week, I couldn't tell you. The other good thing that I'd say, I just kind of mentioned it, the team has kind of every other day put out something to change the project. Like a little bitty thing they released yesterday, home kits came out. Those are like smaller, like instead of having a full brewery, it's like the idea you making, taking all, the ingredients home and making a small kit or making a little bit of mead at your house. Very cheap compared to a brewery now. They're $100 worth of mead. Okay, so pretty cool. You can get in, but they don't make as much meat, of course. It's only like zero point 0.5 meat a day, I believe, is how much they produce. So I believe now. Don't quote me on that. I don't have that in front of me, but I think it's zero point 0.5 meat a day, so nowhere near 2 meat. But it's your way to get in cheap if you still want to get in on this. And I'm not telling you to do that, guys. Do your own research. And another thing, none of this is financial advice. Please, please realize I'm just a dude on this side of the screen, and you guys are. I know you're relying on me to give you the details, which I'm going to give you everything I know. I've done research on all these projects and understand them pretty well, but I make mistakes like everybody else. Please do your own research. Never invest in crypto what you cannot lose, right? All this sitting here, I could lose it. This is not my savings. As you laugh at the values that are in here and pray that this is not just all my savings I threw in here. That's pretty much it. So the bad is going to still be for the tavern. It's brand new. This is a brand new project with very different things. The gamification, we saw a project not long ago called Elixir Die Off. It was a gamification that was very awesome, but that project couldn't pull it out in just about a week. Had problems, stuff that they didn't foresee, is what I understand. Now, I don't know all the details, but I don't believe it was a real rug. I believe they basically folded and said, we don't know what to do because this project is fixing to go under because of some mistakes that we didn't foresee. Don't know. Just saying that hopefully this one does not end up that way, but that's the bad. We don't know. It's a brand new project. Gamification's involved. A lot of other things that they're trying out. This is a very new space, so you just can't say what's going to happen. And I would put Tavern in a very different boat than the other node projects. They can all equally fail, but new projects with new ideas, while innovation is very good and it's going to get me excited for the good side, innovation can lead to bad things when you don't have enough planning and understanding of where things go in the future, right? I'm saying that as an engineer, by the way, so you understand my background in software development. That's it for these updates, guys. You can see I have a long way to go to hit ROI on the projects I'm in, but I love the projects, even with the bad. I'm already in them anyways, so I'm vested. All right, now for the last part of the video for you guys that I really wanted you to stick around for. What are we talking about? Should you get in these node projects, not just the ones I showed you, but any of these node projects that are coming? They're like flipping out like, I don't know, like it's like rabbits, if you know that idea. Rabbits just are crazy. Anyways, that's probably not a good analogy. Ignore that. We'll keep that in. They're just coming everywhere. So they kind of started off, I feel like, and I'm new to this, mind you, but Ring, and then it led into forks, and there's forks of everything, right? But there are node projects popping up every day. It's insane how much growth there is in this environment and DeFi and in this particular area. It's great for us to have the basically like competition. It's great to have that because it allows for innovation and for continuing of this environment to grow it and find what works. But it's bad for us because then you get in those node projects that don't work. You get one that rugs, you get one that is not sustainable, you get one that fails on launch day. So it's an insane environment. So the point of that is, I can't tell you what to get into. I can only provide you education, and most of this is for me, not for you, but I'm hoping to provide it to you guys. However, really the point of me saying that is you guys have got to do your own research. You can use what I give you to help make your decision, but you guys have got to make that decision. I haven't been rugged, thank God yet, but my time is coming, guys. No matter how much research I do, there may be a time where I take a risk and say, and this is again for me, I may take a risk and say, I'm going to get in this project and try it. It's just a small amount of money because I like other stuff they do. But what I'm not going to do is ever on this channel, if I were to find a project like that and still didn't trust it enough, it's not going to have a video on it to show you guys if I don't feel good enough to show it to you. And that's a security perspective or even sustainability. I guess it depends on that pillar that is most important, but security for sure. So I'm not going to shell on this channel. I'm not here to make money off of my projects, off of you guys. That's kind of hard to, it's like a chain. So like drip, for example, I have a drip team. Am I making money off of my drip team? Indirectly, yes. But what I am trying to do instead of me just taking it, since it's a pyramid scheme is thrown around. I had a video on that. I'm not making it a pyramid scheme up. I want to make the team successful by indirectly, they're going to give me the tax basically that comes back as the pyramid scheme, but I want to send it back down to them here in the future once I start actually going into the process of claiming and airdrops and all that. So I don't want to take from everybody. That's not what this channel's about. So I don't want to show garbage on here. If you feel like I've done that in the past, there are some projects that I was involved in, like Stable One, that some people didn't feel good about. So I need to get that sort of stuff where hopefully I'm going to present it to you guys and try to make more clarity for people that don't understand these projects. I don't know if I'll cover stuff like that because ROIs can put a bad taste in people's mouth. So going forward, I want you guys to know what you're signing up for when you sub to me. I don't want to throw bad projects in your face, and I don't want you to just go off of my advice either. Use my information and then do your own research so you know what you're getting into. I want us both to be successful with passive income. Helps me, it helps you, and I hope that's what we get out of it. So, given that, uh, I guess, what do we want to call it? I'm giving that partnership to you guys. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm giving that to you guys. So, appreciate you signing up for me and want you to know what you're getting. And with that, I think we're done here, guys. I'm going to go edit this video. And then I'm going to go enjoy my weekend with my fam, and who knows what we'll do. Appreciate you all watching. Have a wonderful weekend. See ya.